Jordan, is there anything else that you want to tell us, man?
It's everything. I don't know what to do.
Saturday, January 20th, 2024, Port Townsend, Washington. An urgent alert mobilized local police toward Katai Lagoon Nature Park. The report indicated that a man had hidden there with his newborn son, triggering a search that quickly involved multiple units. What began as a child abduction alert was about to reveal a scenario far more serious than authorities expected to find. I'm Tyler, and this is your daily dose of crime.
Sheriff's office, anybody in here? A tent. Yeah, there's a pile of blankets and stuff, and there feels like something heavy in the middle of it.
In the middle of the search operation, officers located a tent hidden amongst the vegetation inside the park. The site had matched the area identified as a possible hideout for Jordan Sorensen, age 37, a man with a long history of court violations and abuse. Moments later, officers found him there. He cried uncontrollably and through his sobs admitted that he had done something terrible. His reaction immediately raised the tension. Authorities knew the suspect had custody of a newborn, and they feared the worst-case scenario was about to become real.
Okay, sit down. Put this arm up a little bit. Yep.
You already got this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. 3 of us are gonna walk. And now it's 3 of you? Just me, you, and John.
What's that?
I woke up when you were fucking dead on my lap.
Okay.
It's alright, Jordan.
You know, we get things happen, man.
I don't know what to do. I asked him what to do. Just couldn't bring him somewhere.
You talked about it. And I do have my recorder on, Jordan, just so you know. So.
When did this happen? A couple days ago. 2 days ago. Woke up on the chair. Baby was upside down on my lap. I think he rolled over and I passed out. And woke up dead.
Okay. And that was at the apartment there?
Yeah.
What's that? I can't hear you, man. What's that?
My backpack is just over here, but...
Okay.
Give me a cigarette.
Yeah, yeah.
Come on,
Come on, he's wanting another cigarette.
Yeah, one more.
33, we're getting ATAC up and running. We're getting back here pretty far.
I want to see him. You don't?
Yeah, that's fine. As long as you can just point us to a direction.
Officers escorted Sorensen through the brush, walking several meters beyond the tent where they had first found him. His steps were unsteady, he avoided eye contact, and he kept repeating that he had done something he could never take back. The precision with which he navigated the trail contrasted sharply with his refusal to look ahead. He knew exactly what was hidden beyond those branches, but couldn't bring himself to face it again. For investigators, the emotional collapse would reveal more than just his words. His tears didn't seem like an act of innocence, but rather the reflection of an internal struggle between guilt and evasion. For days, he had evaded child services oversight, knowing that he had a 3-week-old baby under his care in conditions that were both unsafe and unstable. And now, in front of officers, he offered no excuses and no explanations, and his refusal to confront what laid ahead became the clearest sign yet of the gravity of the situation.
So, you don't have to see him, okay, Jordan? So, do you want to just stay right here, Jordan? Focus for me for a second, bro. Okay, why don't you just hang out right here? Okay, we'll go up. Jordan, just breathe for me, okay, bud? Just take a couple deep breaths for me, okay, man? Just take some deep breaths for me, okay? Just take some breaths for me, okay? Slow and deep breaths, alright? Jordan, listen to me, man. Deep breath, okay, bud?
Affirmative. We found it. Do you think any reason to move to the aid car? I'm recording. You want to mark it on the phone? Yeah. Okay, I'll pull it up.
West. Police.
You can call him from my phone if you want.
You have your work phone?
Yeah, here.
What? Actually, can you call my work phone real quick?
Would yours have the ATAC?
Yeah, it does.
Here, let me get that up and running. Or ITAC, I'm sorry.
Okay. I guess what led you to making this determination to come out this way with him? Yeah, you said you weren't in your right mind? You good on a cigarette or you want another one? Oh, you got one left. So did you just come out here and start walking until you kind of couldn't make it any further?
Broke down.
Yeah.
Are you going to bring out more advanced crime scene stuff or for more detailed?
We'll talk a little more later.
Okay. I'm just taking a bunch right now, but...
Ready? So we got the ambulance here to talk with you if you need some help with anything. You're kind of having a panic attack a little bit ago, so we just want them to check you out if you need. If you're feeling okay now, we don't have to do that. I think he's saying he's not wanting to chat with you, but let's just have him sit down and then.
You want to be about it?
Do you want? Yeah. Do you want to be looked at by these guys, or are you good? Okay.
See, I come out of
Yeah. It was a panic attack a minute ago.
This is the death?
Yeah.
Citation? He just doesn't
Well,
want to
yeah.
be evaluated. So.
Jordan, do you want them to look you over, man, or?
Okay.
He's saying it's okay. So.
You guys need anything?
I don't think so.
We'll hang tight for a little bit.
Okay. Okay. I'll come back for a minute. Jordan, is there anything else that you want to tell us, man?
It's everything.
What's that?
It's everything.
Okay. I might come chat with you after you've cooled off a little bit, okay? Maybe later today or tomorrow morning. Alright. After you had some time to process.
Get this thorn out of your head, alright?
The scene confirmed officers' worst fears. The newborn, just 3 weeks old, had not survived the days spent under his father's sole care. The discovery had to be understood in the context of earlier failures. The baby had been born on December 25th with in his system, and both he and his mother tested positive at the time of delivery. Despite it all, the Department of Children, Youth, and Families decided to place the baby in the temporary custody of Sorensen, even though he had a long record of addiction himself with no stable housing and over 2 decades of criminal history. Days after passing a urine test, later suspected to have been fraudulent, Sorensen stopped complying with requirements, ignored caseworker calls, and moved from place to place until eventually coming to live in the precarious conditions of Kai Tai Park. That context turned the image of the baby found in a car seat into the symbol of a tragedy foretold. A vulnerable child entrusted to a father incapable of providing even the bare minimum for survival. For the investigators, the immediate question was not just how the child had but why Sorensen had ever been left in that position in the first place.
This is where I'm going to mark it once I get yellow tape. I'm going to flag the whole way in because it's a little convoluted. But this is where, yes, and this is where we used to go. We tried it last night, but we hit a snag with bushes and we stopped.
So you guys are, is that about right?
9-4 is exactly where it, or at least he was when I left him. He was literally 5 feet.
He keeps bouncing around, so.
Yeah. Oh, I took,
Were you on ATAC?
yeah, I'm on ATAC.
Boy? I don't see you on there. Oh yeah, dude, you're right there. Look at
I'm
that.
with you.
Yeah, buddy.
But I took, that's where I was standing right next to. See that Kai Tai parking lot right there? That's how close we are to the parking lot. But there's no way to get in there without bushwhacking.
That's about right.
Yep.
Okay.
Are we getting yellow tape? No, DC was supposed to bring a bunch.
I'll walk to my car. It's all the way back at the entrance by the traffic.
Oh, because we need this all the way to that tree, and then I was going to flag it all the way to the site.
Well, you want to wait here then? Or?
Yeah, I thought the DC had some.
All right, Jordan, go ahead and step on out. Look into the white box for me. Is there anything when they search you that they might have missed? Let's go and step inside. Hello.
Hello.
Pam here?
Yes, he's right here.
Do you want to come out or?
Yes. No dog.
Okay.
Hi.
Hello. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Okay. Do you want to chat here? Or do you want to? What do you want? What would you like to do?
Can we sit inside or?
Yeah. I kind of prefer to be in like a private space. We could sit either in the car or. Would you mind doing that?
Well.
Okay. Yeah. If you don't mind doing that, we can do that.
As Sorensen is taken into custody, an officer heads to his mother's home to gather more information. The visit mattered. Understanding the family environment became key to explaining how a man actively battling addiction with no stable residence and a long criminal record could end up with sole custody of a newborn.
Okay. Let me move my stuff here.
Thank you.
Yeah. I might just take some notes while we chat.
Oh, of course.
I'm recording just to let you know, okay?
Of course.
And then I'm going to start an actual recorder here, so just in case this thing messes up here, so. Okay. So we're obviously here to talk about what's going on with Otis and all that stuff, right? So if you just want to start from the beginning, and you can just give me what information that you know, and
Okay. Wednesday, I'd say early afternoon.
okay.
I was listening to, because I could hear the baby monitor in the living room from
Okay.
the bedroom, and I could hear cry being muffled. You know, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand what that sounds like. And I had witnessed already different things with Jordan and the baby prior to that.
Okay.
And the first thing that I witnessed was Jordan asleep in the recliner, and he had the baby like this.
Okay.
And the baby's head was tucked under the elbow part, and he had his hand like this. And I screamed. I'm like, "What the are you doing? Give me that baby!" And I took the baby, and he's like, "What? What?" Like acting like he was waking up, you know. And I'm like, "What are you doing? Do you
Okay.
realize what you're doing?" And I took the baby and I just walked out of the bedroom.
When was that?
That was, I think, maybe, God, I can't remember how many days prior to Wednesday.
Okay.
It could have been 2 or 3 days, I believe.
Okay.
And then Wednesday, like I said, I heard on the baby monitor the baby's cry being muffled.
Let's back up real quick. What was he doing? When you saw him doing that? I mean, was he just...
Okay, he's in the recliner like this, right?
Okay.
And the baby's head was like, it was tucked. Like he had the baby.
Face up or face down? Or...
The baby was face down.
Okay.
I can't say 100% sure. All I know is the baby's head was like tucked underneath the elbow part. And his hand was like this. And he was asleep.
The baby was asleep or Jordan was asleep?
Jordan was asleep.
Okay.
And because I felt, the reason why I walked in there, because I just heard silence for a long time. And I didn't understand, it just felt odd. A gut feeling just said, go in there and check, you know?
Okay.
And so I went in there and I checked. And that's when I was like, what the f***? What are you doing? And he was startled because I snatched the baby up out of his arms.
Hold on, not to interrupt you real quick. Let me just let him know. Hey, just let you know I'm sitting here with her. We're doing an interview. So. Okay.
And so that's when, I grabbed the baby and I'm like, what the hell are you doing? I said, what the fuck are you doing? And he was like, what? And I was like, you don't realize what you were doing? Come on now. I mean, I was, just screaming at him. Mm-hmm. And so I did snatch the baby out of his arms and I ran out of the bedroom and I went in the living room, sat down on the couch with Otis, and it was just like making sure he was okay and he was vital and, mm-hmm. and he was kind of like asleep, but but he just woke up and he was just like crying like a normal mm-hmm. baby, and I was just consoling him and, and everything. And I believe I texted CPS on that one. And then on Wednesday, this is how it went. I was listening to the baby monitor in the living room.
What time was that?
It was early afternoon. I can't give you an exact time. It was just early afternoon. Maybe noon. Maybe noon or 1 o'clock.
Okay.
And I could hear on the baby monitor the baby screaming and crying. And that's when Jordan gets frustrated. And so I'm listening and I could hear the baby's cry being muffled.
Okay.
And so that's when I jump up and I go in the bedroom. Like, Jordan, you need to knock that shit. I can hear what's going on because you don't know what you're hearing. You can't say what you're hearing. You don't know what you can hear over that.
That's what he was telling you?
Yes. And I go, yes, I do, Jordan. I'm not stupid.
Well, hold on just real quick. So what did you see when you went in the bedroom?
I seen him with the baby, and I could see him how his hand, his hand was like, the baby's head was here, and you could see his hand like...
So his head was up here, and then his feet were down here?
No, his head was here.
Oh, his head was there. And you're describing by your elbow bend, the bend of your elbow.
Right.
And then the feet were down towards the hand?
Yes, down here. No, his hand was kind of like... I don't know how his hand is able to reach his...
Here, I forgot to kind of turn this. Okay.
The baby, I don't know how his hand was able to be by the baby's mouth.
Okay.
You can see, it was like kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like as it, that. I'm not gonna assume, but that, I mean, I did assume. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, just whatever you saw, though. Just whatever you saw.
That's what I saw.
Yeah.
And because I just busted in the door, and I just like, you need to knock that off. I know what you're doing in here.
Mm-hmm.
I could hear it in there, and that's when he's screaming and yelling, saying, "You don't know what you're hearing.
Mm-hmm.
You can't know what you're hearing on that thing." And I go, "Yes, I can, Jordan. I'm not stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You need to knock that off. Let me have the baby." And he wouldn't let me have the baby.
Okay.
And so he just got up and he shut the door and he sat back down with the baby. And so I sat on the couch and I just sat there and listened to the baby monitor for like over an hour just to make sure.
And this is Wednesday, correct? The
Yes.
17th?
Yes.
Okay. I looked at that last night. That doesn't record, does it? I don't think it does.
I don't know if it does or not.
Yeah, I looked it up and it doesn't look like it records, so
There,
I just want to double check.
Okay, I don't know if it does or not. I don't even know how to work them.
Okay. So you sat there and listened to it for over an hour, then what happened?
And I could hear that Otis was fine. He was making baby sounds and stuff like that. And so I left, and within about 45 minutes, Jordan sends me a text message.
Okay, so you left on Wednesday.
Yes. Then that's when I questioned him because I seen both car seats there. The main car seat part was in my car. It's always been in the back of the seat of the car. Mm-hmm. But the carrier was there, and so was the other car seat because there's two car seats. Mm-hmm. And the first thing I was like, well, how did Aunt Mary transport this baby?
Right.
And so I questioned him. I'm like, when I said, well, where's Odie? He goes, I told you, she's with my Aunt Mary. And I said, well, I looked at the car seat. I'm like, well, Jordan, how did the baby get transported? How did she transport the baby?
Right.
He said, it's none of your business.
Okay.
I told you, you have no rights to my son. You need to mind your own business. And I was like, well, Jordan, I have questions. I go, it doesn't make sense who this Aunt Mary is. None of your family has come forth through any of this. Not one family member. So who is she?
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
where is he? And he just got screaming at me, telling me it's none of my business. I have no rights.
Okay. And then did he stay in the house the rest of that night, or what happened after that?
After we argued, he slammed the door in my face, and I sat on the couch, and I think I dozed off for like maybe, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half, and I woke up, and it was real silent in the home, and so I was like, I went to the door, and I was knocked on the bedroom door, and I was like, Jordan, are you here? You know, is anybody here? And I didn't hear nothing, so I opened the bedroom door, and the room had been cleaned up, because it was a total nightmare in there. I mean, it was just... It was gross. It was just disgusting. And
But
it was
beforehand it was disgusting?
Yes, it was.
And what do you mean by that?
I'm like, it was just gross. You know, all this dirty laundry, which I had told him numerous times, you got to get this laundry done. I go, this room was immaculate when you got here. And that's just how I try to keep my home. You know, It's just the way it is. And I told him, you know, if you don't start keeping this clean, I'm just going to have to ask you to leave. I don't want you destroying my home.
Yeah.
But that was a conversation back. But the room was all cleaned up, you know, besides it wasn't vacuumed or anything, but it was all cleaned up, and a lot of stuff was missing. I mean, like a lot of, because that room was so full of baby stuff,
yeah.
and there was a lot of it missing.
Okay. At some point, the baby goes missing from there, and he's back at the apartment.
Apparently, because he texted me with the aunt.
Yeah.
And my friends can verify that text message came through when I was in Town Point.
So we figured out who a possible aunt is. She obviously didn't have the child.
So there is an aunt.
I guess. There was somebody named maybe an aunt.
Okay.
Do you know if there's anything about any aunt be deceased that you're aware of? Or?
What?
Like a deceased aunt, you know? Has he ever talked?
No. But they did figure out who Aunt was. It's the wife of his, I don't know, stepdad or real dad.
Okay, yeah. I think that's what we ended up figuring out. So
I think that's what I've gathered so far.
Okay.
There's just so much that's coming at me.
Yeah.
You know, it's just.
So okay, and then let's go to Thursday now. So Thursday, up from treatment or rehab, whatever, and then brought to your place.
No.
So what happens Thursday? Start with Thursday.
I thought I was going to pick her up.
Okay.
But then the plans changed, and that her dad was going to pick her up.
Okay.
And so I don't know anything about the trip. I don't know when she got here. I don't know anything. I never saw Jordan again. From that Wednesday, when it ended up missing, I woke up from my nap and he was gone. Yeah. I never saw him again until he brought to the apartment.
Okay.
When she got home from treatment.
The testimony of Sorensen's mother echoed what was already clear in official records. Her son had been trapped in a cycle of addiction, arrests, and repeat offenses for years. For her, it wasn't surprising that he had ended up in such a dire situation, but it was incomprehensible that the system had ever considered him the safest option for a newborn. That decision, made by the Department of Children, Youth, and Families, became the center of criticism afterwards, and despite knowing his record of court violations and use, the agency granted him custody after a single urine test that was later questioned. What followed became a chain of red flags: the lack of contact with caseworkers, evasion of monitoring, and increasing isolation, which ended with Sorensen hiding in the park. When he was finally arrested, he explained that he had been holding his baby in his lap and fell asleep, and according to him, when he woke up, he found the infant face down, trapped between his body and the chair, with blood coming from his nose and mouth. He claimed that he had tried to react but realized the baby was no longer breathing. Instead of seeking medical help or calling the authorities, he placed the body in a car seat and hid it amongst the bushes in Kai Tai Park. For investigators, this act of concealment was critical. Beyond the cause of death, it revealed a clear attempt to avoid all responsibility. The autopsy could not contradict his account. The report listed the cause of death as undetermined, concluding the findings were consistent with Sorensen's version. With no evidence of intentional homicide or gross negligence, the Jefferson County prosecutor would drop all the charges in February of 2024, while leaving the door open to reopen the case if new evidence would emerge. Sorensen would be released, and the investigation closed without anyone being held legally accountable.